What's up, y'all?
Hey fam.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to the East Coast.
We're in Zanzibar. It's 6 o'clock p.m. our time, dinner time. So when you jump in, tell us where you're from. What's up?
If you are new to our channel, it is Waking with Mark, AWM. I'm Mark.
I'm Josiah. Okay, there we go.
And
We're just doing a few housekeeping things really quick. Good morning, Aunt Adrian. There you go. Right there. So cool. We were just making sure we were in the chat and everything. It's okay.
Disappear from social media. Do this instead.
Oh no, keep going. So today we're talking about leaving America 2025. We got like a week left before the new year.
and a lot of people tend to come up with New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
So maybe yours would include a scouting trip abroad. I'll tell you this much, we are not here to convince anyone to do anything.
No.
If you're here, it's because you have an interest. And I share it like that because a lot of people watch our live video well after we have recorded it.
The replays.
The replays, yeah, thanks.
And so just want, so this is for you if you've been following us for a while or if you just heard about us and you're just looking for more tips to prepare you to move abroad because you've always wanted to. Maybe you're like my dad, my mom and my dad, who are retired comfortably abroad. It's still crazy for me to think they're retired on an island. I think, Dad, one of your favorite shows was Gilligan's Island.
That's right.
Just less drama, but still plenty of laughter sometimes and reward. So to think you and Mom in your 60s plus did the American dream thing, and now you're living the new American dream. Everybody's saying it's to live it outside of America. I don't know if you've been hearing that. But that's the new
No, I
American
hadn't.
dream,
No.
to live the American dream outside of America.
Yeah.
Take your money, your expertise, and go forth somewhere.
No, that's a new one to me. Okay.
So yeah.
Good to know though.
So yeah, so that's why you're here. You're interested, maybe you're retiring, maybe you're near retirement age, maybe you're a digital nomad like myself and my brother. Maybe you're wanting to do remote work, still digital nomad type stuff, whether it's remote work or starting your own business like we have, things like that. You want to take your business around the world. You're tired of, what are some other things, like you're tired of the rat race? You want a healthier mode of living, like both mental and physical. You're tired of the GMOs and things like that, so you want less of that. Maybe you've always, maybe it's not as negative, but you've always wanted to be out and about and adventuring, learning new languages, meeting new people, exotic animals, all things we've done, and
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
So there are
absolutely.
good reasons to run toward a new culture and a new experience. So that's what we talk about here on the channel. If you're new, you know that. If you're coming back, if you're returning. So we got some list of things in discussion to get into. We welcome you to leave your questions in the chat, live chat. We can see them. Before we dive in, I'll do some housekeeping really quick. You'll hear about it throughout, but we're here at the beginning of the video. If you've been wanting to talk with us for a while about all of your dreams about moving abroad, whether you're a family, solo, couple, whatever, January 26th is the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps virtual workshop with us. It'll be our 4th workshop. We had 3 this year. They were all really, really exciting. People got even further ahead in their project to move abroad. So if you've always wanted to have Q&A session in a more incubated space beyond live YouTube Q&A, we invite you to that. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and it's also pinned in the description of this video. We'll be focusing on a focus goal, knowing your why, picking a country. We're always talking about knowing your why. We're going to talk about that here as well. We'll be emphasizing in the workshop, yes, focus goal. Research tools, we're going to give you the tools we use. They work for us, so we're sharing them with you. That's 2. And 3, budgeting. knowing your current budget against the target budget or cost of living analysis for places that you're interested in going to. So that's the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps virtual workshop, January 26th at 12 noon. That'll be on Zoom. So the link is available right now. You'll get to discover your 3 core values for your success. You'll get to find out if you're ready to move abroad, because we're also talking about slow travel here. We're not trying to pressure you and kick you out of the house. There is such a thing as slow travel and getting your things together. Dad, you and I are also INFJ. If you're into Myers-Briggs, hello to any of our INFJs. And there's something to be said for INFJ personality types that succeed at a slow pace, but they still succeed. You don't have to be an
Watching
INFJ.
that energy.
Watching that energy. So you don't have to be those 4 letters. The point is, we said earlier, trying to get out of the rat race, right? So we're not trying to force you to hurry up and get on a plane. It's okay to go at your own pace, and it's okay if that pace is slow, to make sure your finances are good, your values are good, your target destination and so forth is on point.
As a side note on that, MBTI, I happen to be MBTI certified as part of my job before I retired. So if you were to register for the workshop, I would be happy to talk to anyone individually about the preferences. The reason why you might want to do that is because understanding how you handle change could help you be more efficient in your success in your plan to move abroad.
That's right.
Because you're going to handle change differently. So that's, I'm offering that now, since Josiah was talking and he whipped that out. Give you, for example, there's Peter in the Bible, John in the Bible, and those are 2 extreme different types. Peter is more gregarious, more outspoken.
Right.
John, he didn't even refer to himself by name. He just called himself that disciple who leaned on Yahushua or Jesus's breast. And so you have these 2 different kinds of personality types, and there's all kinds of different flavors of personality types. And sometimes we don't take the time to recognize or give ourselves permission to be who we are,
Right.
and then realize how you like dealing with change.
Yes.
So
we'll be getting into that.
yeah,
Keep going.
Or I'll make that available as part of the workshop.
Yeah.
Let me ask a quick question. Can you put a 1, type a 1 in the chat if you can hear us okay, type a 0 if you're not hearing us. Make sure you've got the volume turned up on your phone. If you're on your phone or on your laptop, just type a 1 so we can know if you're hearing us okay. Thank you. Oh, hey, what's happening, Daryl? How you doing, man?
Nice. Hey, what's up, brother Daryl?
Hey,
Freddie Maxwell. Yo.
hello.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can hear us loud and clear. Excellent. Okay. Miss Linda Reeves. Okay, awesome. Thank y'all, and thank you. Please also like the video so that YouTube knows you want to keep seeing Awaken with Mark content. That's logistical stuff that really helps out the channel, so you see the next time we go live or put up a video or anything like that. It's just right down there by our name and title. It's just a thumbs up. So thank you so much. Karibu, that's welcome in Swahili. We're glad y'all are here. So where did you want to begin now? We got our script of stuff here, and again, any comments or questions you got, put them in the chat.
Oh, it helped me out. As you can see, I'm wearing my glasses, and so put a question mark if you have a question in front of your question. That makes it easier, at least for me to see. He probably doesn't need that, but I would.
Or a capital Q as well.
Oh, right,
a capital
right.
Q,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
so that we can
Stands
see
out.
it. So, Nzuri Kak, awesome. Freshie, nice. Miss Helen Ibrahim is in, okay. All right, Miss Sean, Lady Judah. All right, sweet. Folk is up in here.
How do I make mine scroll?
We're just doing some technical stuff, y'all. That's
So I
all.
was talking about, we were talking about the workshop, and Josiah was telling you about the upcoming workshop that we have. That workshop is actually, you get a bonus with that particular workshop. And that bonus is you will be granted access to our online e-course.
Yes.
And so you not only get the workshop, then so you get the questions answered, you get to interact with other people, you get to
Three
hear
steps, all of that.
the
yeah.
3 steps, all that kind of stuff, but you're also going to get access to a e-course that has got modules in it that will help you to go through exercises so that you have it at your fingertips. I guess forever.
Yeah, forever, like evergreen research and move abroad strategies that worked for us. So you'll get it in a concentrated chapter by chapter or module, they call it that in the course, module by modules of just everything being organized. So when you buy the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps, when you buy your seat for that workshop for January 26th, you're automatically enrolled in the forthcoming e-course. I was actually editing some modules today. The past month or two, we've been doing the writing, the video recording, the platform stuff and logistics. So it's happening, it's being produced like right now and finalized basically. And so when that comes out, you'll get an email from us, but when you buy your seat for the workshop, you're already in for the full-on course, which includes the strategies and lessons for the concept of moving abroad in 3 steps. You get that plus everything else that we did that you can't fit into one Sunday afternoon with us.
And this is a limited offer, meaning no, it's more than likely not going to come up again as a double like this.
Like a bundle?
Yeah, this is a bundle that we are offering now. We hadn't done it in the past, and
This is new?
It's brand new. So
the link
there
is
you
in
go.
there. We'll keep talking about it as we go along here, but the link is in the live chat and the link is also in the video description. If this is perfectly for you, grab your seat right now.
So, as Josiah had said, one of the things that we want to be able to be for people is someone they can connect with and say, they were able to do it, I'm able to do it also. What is the it? It is to move abroad. If you want to go to El Salvador, if you want to go to Portugal, if you want to go to Ghana, if you want to go to wherever, just being able to, the world is your oyster. Just being able to get out and expand your horizons, make your dollar possibly go further, depending on what country you move to. A lot of times that's why people are doing it. I know that's partly why I did it, to double my dollars.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting. And so the point is, I'll just say it like this. We have dirt on our uniform. And by that, what I mean is, when I played sports in high school, and no, I wasn't that great, but good enough to start.
And you love the game.
And
That's
I
all that
love the
matters.
game,
So
right.
that's what made him. He loved the
I
game.
remember my mom teasing me. It's like in football, since that's what I'm talking about, American football. You don't want to come home and give your uniform to your mother to wash, and it's really clean. That
Right.
means you didn't do
You didn't do
nothing.
no work.
And so what I'm saying is, we've been hit.
Yeah.
We have taken some punches, and we share more details, the good, the bad, the ugly, when you invest in yourself and attend the workshops. The idea is, the point is that you can do this thing.
Yeah, you can.
And
And you don't have to do it alone.
yes, and you don't have to
it.
do it alone.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose of why we do these things. This is actually a progression of things we've been doing, whether it was Facebook or
Right.
We were doing radio shows. You had yours, me and your mother
Yeah,
had our radio
that,
show.
podcasting as well.
Podcasting. It was about pursuing your dreams. If some of you remember that, we were doing this for over 10 years now. So we really encourage people to pursue their dreams, and this is just a niche area to try to help people to do that.
Yes, and so we just don't want you to feel by yourself, because it is an overwhelming, or it can feel overwhelming, but we want you to know we're here to help you, and so are others. That's why we like to share courses, workshops. That's why we like to show you the touristy stuff too, like being out with the lions and the turtles and the dolphins. You can enjoy life, so welcome. This is where you're supposed to be if any of this describes you. So We're looking through our notes here so that we can get into our topics. I know we have one here, Dad. Moving abroad is a life-changing experience, and starting a side hustle or small business can be done where you currently are. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that will help you with the dollars going further. Yeah.
yes, indeed. One of the key factors is having sustainable income. And that has to do with a side hustle and a business. And we have brought that up in our video that actually went viral. And that was the need for sustainable income.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, we advise you do that now, wherever you are in the world. Do that right now. Start your side hustle, start your business, get out of debt, and begin accumulating more funds that you get passive income. In other words, your dollars make more baby dollars while you're sleeping. You want that. Separate of that thinking is you can do that now, and it might require you to come out of your comfort zone. We are saying when you move abroad, that requires a whole mind shift that we beg of you, please take the time to reflect and realize this is totally different than even what some of you have done, which is start a business or a side hustle. This requires a whole shift in your mindset because you're moving abroad, and you can stay in your same culture and start a side hustle or maybe tweak it a little, but
Sure.
you can't do that and move abroad.
Yeah, so if you've been thinking, where am I going to get this money from? Or you always wanted to start your own online coaching. The market is not saturated. You need to do it your way. And even if it was, you still have to do it your way. We did not stop just because there are other travel expats and people doing online courses or video diaries and personal development and things like that. You can still do this thing and should do it. So if you've been curious, like, should I start my consultation business? Should I be doing my financial blogging? Should I be doing my travel blogging because I took all these trips 10 years ago and I've just always loved plane hopping and globe trotting? Yes, you should start doing that. You are right. Trust your intuition.
Absolutely. And the reason why you want to start it is because it's like, I believe there's an Asian saying, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is right now.
Yes.
And so you want to begin that now, because what happened was we sort of fell into it and it was already rolling and building momentum. Momentum is one of the really interesting things. I wish I'd have paid attention more in high school and studied physics more, but an object that is in motion stays in motion unless an external force comes against it to stop it.
Exactly.
So if you can get that momentum rolling with regards to creating your side hustle, and also begin to get your momentum rolling in terms of your mindset and the changes that will be required of you, you'll open up a whole new world to yourself in terms of moving abroad and stuff like that.
Yes, you will.
You know, I'm now recalling that our family was doing things. Shalom, hey, T3ME. We actually, let's see, Marlene was homeschooling you guys, 4 sons. And so she did that for almost 25 years. And let's see here, somewhere along that path, we got ourselves, thankfully, we were blessed to become a part of, what's it called?
What, People to People?
People to People,
Yeah,
yes.
Ambassador program?
The Ambassador program. And I don't know if any of you have done People to People. Let us know in the comments if you have, or if you know anyone who did. It was new to us at the time. And so our sons got involved with that. And so one of our sons at 13 went with a group of youth to Australia. And then another son went to England, France, and Italy. We also participated in father and son trips. My wife and I agreed that I would do this with the guys. I happen to have been connected with and had the pleasure of interacting with the former, what do they call it, chaplain of the Washington Wizards, and
that's
that
right.
is Dr. Joel Freeman, right? And he had explained to me how, well, he used to be a hippie in Canada, and he said what he did was they would just throw a dart at the globe, and he would pick where they go, and he and one of his children would stay in a hostel, so they're doing it one-on-one. And what that does is it causes you to be in an environment where you both don't know it and you have to depend on each other. And it causes you to grow. It causes you to communicate and interact with each other. I know you and I, we went to the pyramids of Chichen Itza.
The Mayan
I mean, my goodness, when we got to walk up there while you still could walk up there.
Because you can't no more. It's too dangerous.
That was
You had
incredible.
to climb a rope to go up,
Yeah.
and everything, and then you could see, like, as far as I could see, all the other Mayan ruins and and maybe not the tropics, but just the forestry, and it was just incredible. You're on top of the world. That was like what, back in 2016, 15?
It was a long time ago.
It was epic.
Yeah. And I
It
guess
was.
the deal is I'm hoping that you get a taste that we were being prepared. We had no idea we would live abroad at that point in time. As Josiah gave you a rough idea of those dates. And I'm trying to say to you, we're the same people who I didn't know before that how to even get a passport. And what happened was my wife and I were getting our Plymouth Voyager repaired, not at a auto mechanic garage, but under a shade tree mechanic. And we took a walk while he was working on it, and we happened to pass a post office, and they had this big poster in the window that said, "Get your passports here." And I was like, wow, look at there. And so anyway, but my point is that there is this thing that I hope, this aroma that we give off to you, and that is, here's a guy from a small town in the Midwest, Central Illinois, less than 100,000, and you can fit my whole city in FedEx Field. Okay, we used to live down the street from FedEx Field. You can fit my whole town where I'm from in there, and yet to see my son spending time with the Aborigines and blowing a didgeridoo, and to see another son who's at the Eiffel Tower, or another son, he and I were climbing Mount Fuji. I'm saying it's possible.
Yes. Especially for black folk. I mean, we didn't need to say it, hello, but it's like, it's easy. You know, my best friend is an actor, and he talked about how it meant a lot in the 90s to see like Wesley Snipes, Denzel, Will Smith, Angela Bassett, Regina, you know, to see us doing a thing that he aspired to do. And I know faith really comes by hearing, not by seeing, but it's like, it helps to like be able to register with your senses. Well, if someone else could do it, maybe I could do it too. Seeing someone just a little bit ahead of you makes it more real, you know? And so that's what we want, that our content and our workshops and our courses to do for you, to remind you that yes, you can get your finances in order. Yes, you can go to Mount Fuji. You can come to the continent of Africa. You can go to the Caribbean. You can go wherever. We can throw off the limiting beliefs.
Oh yes, you can and should throw off your limiting beliefs. In fact, I guess that's the action we'd like you to take
Yes.
at the present, to cast them off. First of all, talk in the positive, that you can do X versus name. In other words, if there was a healing I was looking for, I would not name the sickness. I would say, I'm grateful that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Mm-hmm.
I frame it in the positive and be able to get my mind in alignment with that before I pray and ask. That way I'll be believing before I ask. Kind of a Mark 11:24 kind of a thing. Believe, he that asks, having believed in the past tense, meaning you already believe you got it. That's how you have to have that kind of a confidence. And I guess what we're saying is also that those limiting beliefs, to me, they remind me of one of the important things you gotta have. And that is, you gotta have courage. I'm not talking about where you are not concerned about things. I heard somebody explain fear. And I know that he has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. The thing is, I guess true fear would be if I was playing golf, and I remember flying over Orlando, Kissimmee, or Kissimmee, however you pronounce it, in Florida, and I saw alligators from the plane down in these like ponds. I'm like, oh my goodness, Florida is a trip. Anyway, let's say I was down there playing golf and then there was an alligator behind me. Okay, that's legitimate fear. But if you think about it, and I'm gonna do something like get myself out of there, right? But in terms of something that you're intending to do, you're not trying to hurt anyone, you're not trying to steal, kill, destroy, or anything like that. You're just telling yourself stories that it cannot be
That
done.
it can't be done. Yeah.
And that's a limiting belief, and that's what we're asking you to cast off, because it's going to take courage to be able to accomplish whatever your dream is.
And awareness helps as well. Because like Mark Animation was asking, what about the 9-to-5ers? Is it even possible for them? Well, what are some encouragement that we give them?
Oh yeah, oh okay. I'll start talking, but I also ask that you type in some more so I'm a little more clear.
Yeah.
In other words, I think you're asking, what about somebody who's working and has got a job? All right, so in coaching, one of the things that you want to do is begin to look at how you frame the question. And you've framed it decently. I'm not saying you didn't. But it's like an attitude of, how am I going to ever do this versus, what would it take for me to be able to do it? And are you willing to pay the price? What would it take? What if it took you changing companies to a company that had international access, like a friend of ours was able to do? And she was able to work, actually a few friends, I forgot, we've interviewed people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, anyway, so, and so you're able to work remotely. More and more that's possible in a virtual environment. Also, maybe the question is, what if you were able to begin creating your own thing on the side, and it would supplement your income, so you have a phased-in approach? Because a lot of times we think binary. It's either
Right.
on or it's off, and we bump versus overlapping things. Whereas if you overlap and you say, you know what if I did this and started building my dream or creating my side hustle to get some income while I'm still working my 9-to-5? Another thing might be, how will I know these things? Well, what if I did a scouting trip to find out what it would be like? And I like the way you said it one time. When you move abroad, it is not a vacation.
Right.
When you do a scouting trip,
Commitment.
it's not a vacation, it's a commitment.
Yeah.
And so,
Those are a few things that you can do. One, if you're talking about the money, is some of what we did, which was, like you said at the top, getting out of debt, because you need money to do anything, to drive a Lambo, to get on the plane, to live abroad, because living abroad is the commitment. It's living abroad. It's not, oh, I just went and now money just falls in my lap. Not that anybody said that or anything like that. But like you said, it's not vacation. But you can apply the same strategies that we've seen, because with vacation, you have to save. You have your Hawaii fund or your Ireland fund or your Ghana fund. You start putting money away. You start having a nest egg. That's one thing that helps us is the actionable steps. That's one reason it's possible, because you can practically start taking your money and start putting it away for the thing you care about the most. You can start paying for things in cash as well when you need the most important things. Like take a break from those, the credit cards and debit cards and things like that. You can take a break from holiday spending. We don't celebrate Christmas. We're not condemning you if you do, but we haven't done that in years. And one of the primary reasons is our money goes further, because now we got more money. You know, we're spending time together anyway with our immediate family, with our extended family. When we lived in the States and things like that, we're very quality time oriented people. We do love gifts and things, but cutting out all these westernized holidays to focus on our the dream to live in Africa, you might want to live somewhere else. So just insert the country for you. We were overcome with just the wanderlust, which is another word for someone who likes to travel. We were overcome with the love of travel that we sacrificed holiday spending. We sacrificed a lot of eating out, which is fun. We love going to dinners and things like that. We love presents and things like that. These are just a few, if you sit down, actionable steps you can take. Just like when people say when you're in the gym or you're going running, you put a certain amount of weight on the dumbbell and you practice with that for a week. And then the following week, you notice you can start lifting more. When you start adding more weight, it's a practical thing to see the progress. Well, putting 5%, 10%, whatever you are willing to put aside for your Move Abroad fund, it's the same thing. You start putting that money away, you start letting the time go by of, okay, I'm not hanging out with the guys or the girls as much because I need to be at home for the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop. Or I need to be going through the modules of my Move Abroad e-course or my financial literacy course or whatever, because these things are the tools in your toolkit to move abroad. It'll sting at first when you sacrifice, but after a while, your mind starts getting used to it. Your mind starts craving that suffering in a weird way because your mind is starting to realize, oh, I'm one step closer to living abroad.
Oh, that was nice. Your mind begins to appreciate the momentum you're building. So, Mark Animation, your assignment, should you choose, as they would say on Mission Impossible,
Should you choose
although
to
this
accept
is
it?
very possible because that's the question you asked, is it
Yes.
even possible? Number one, change your question, make sure you frame it to what would it take to make it possible? Sit down with a sheet of paper, college ruled, with a pencil or pen, and set aside time, more than 1 hour, and sit down and list one by one item per line, any reason you can think of that would make it possible.
Yeah.
Josiah's told you things like cut off things that take away your money. Are you pay off debt? If you've already taken care of those things, then it's like then ask yourself, what kinds of things can I do that would help move me forward to be able to do this, and begin to brainstorm. Also, cut back the foxes that spoil the vine, meaning those things that just come and gnaw at your thinking. Like, for example, if you're spending too much time on Netflix, if you're spending too much time scrolling in Facebook or IG or whatever like that, cut it out. Begin to really commit yourself with small sacrifices, and then it'll take some time, but you'll begin to see some rewards. If folks have other questions, please type them in, just like Mark Animation did.
Yep, we welcome those.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk about these things in the workshop at length. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We have methods, one or two that we're going to talk about that worked for us, so we're going to share them with you if this is resonating with you, because that's very real. Money answers all things. You know, if you read the good book, if you read the word, it answers all the things that it answers, including your dream to live abroad, including getting your finances together, because you gotta, like I said at the beginning, we're gonna be comparing live together your budget, what you're comfortable sharing with us, against the cost analysis of Nigeria, of Costa Rica, of Tanzania, wherever, so that you can see groceries, entertainment, rent, etc. Wow, I want these things abroad. So what do they cost, and how can I then adjust? You can do it, because we're doing it right now in Zanzibar. We did it in Rwanda 2 years ago. It's been 3 years abroad. So it sounds cliche, but I don't care. We can do it, you can do it, and we're welcoming you so that we can do it together with you and get you started, okay?
Another area, and this is really meant to be the number one thing, is start with your why. Josiah mentioned it much earlier in the live. You must begin there. What
Yes.
is your reason why? And that will require you to commit yourself to some reflection time. And I'm finding, let me put my hand down because I'm pointing at you and I probably shouldn't do that. I'm beginning to be an older guy now, and I'm giving you my opinion, and you're on here, or you can tune out. So I spent over 20 something years as working for the United States federal government for different agencies like Justice, IRS, NASA, HUD. And my title was Employee Development Specialist. I did organizational development type work. At one point in time, I also helped individuals move forward in their careers. So I was a certified career specialist from, I think it's called the Resume Place up in Catonsville, anyway, by Troutman. So one of the things I found is that people just took, in my analogy, a job
I remember this.
to pay bills. I mean, I did it once myself. I used to work for IBM. I made so much money. This is back when they called it data processing, not even IT.
Okay.
And
Wow.
this stuff snowballs on you. And then you get in your 30s or late 20s, 30s, 40s, and you realize you are just robotically doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to ask, why? And people say, well, that's why I got my kids' pictures and all that they push you through.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and that's true. I can understand that. But what I found is when people, they reach a point where they want to switch jobs and they would like to be doing something they enjoy,
Yes.
that they have skills for. Those two things. Do you have the skill set and do you enjoy it? Because you're going to need that to get through the problems and obstacles you're going to face. All right, let me shorten this story. What I found in doing one-on-one counseling sessions with individuals is they spent hardly any time doing any reflection or research on the next organization they would like to work for. They spent more time planning a 2-week vacation than they did a potential 5, 10, 15,
Exactly.
20-year career.
Yeah. So you're going in
That
blind.
shocked me. Yeah, it's like this is going to require some work. It's going to require think time. We used to have this sign on our desk at IBM, think.
Used
And
to
I didn't know it at the time,
You
but
used to tell us that as a kid.
they did. And yes, I am going way back to the 70s and early 80s now. But the deal is, I think it came from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And then
I forgot the brother's name.
Kimbrough wrote the edition for Black Americans.
Yeah, Black
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs, yeah.
And so, and these are great books. I recommend you
Yeah,
go
they're
get them. Anyway, the point is, you need to take time to reflect and think about why are you doing X, because you'll look back at that why when things get tough, and it'll help anchor you.
Yes.
So that you'll put up with the sacrifices that Josiah was talking about earlier.
Yeah, like some of the sacrifices, before I dive in. Thank you, Spaces and Places out there. Dennis Kimbrough. Yep, appreciate that. Dennis Kimbrough, Think and Grow Rich for Black people or
Thank
for
you.
the Black businessman. That's the book. It's great. It's just full of inspiring stories and quotes of just people who overcame obstacles so as that you get that positivity in your mind for whatever it is that you want to do. And like we did some sacrifices as well. I sacrificed, if you didn't know, a career in Hollywood. We were in Los Angeles at the time, just prior to moving to East Africa. And I was networking across, as Issa Rae would say. I worked on Issa Rae's show on HBO, Insecure, where you develop real relationships with other production assistants, with other executive assistants to find out what do people need. And I wanted to do that. That was my dream. Overall, my dream was to tell cinematic stories, to tell stories. My dad and I have written a novel. We've done web series. We've done creative expression. We're going to keep doing it. But I sacrificed it in the American way. Hollywood is the map. Hollywood pushes the culture. I don't need to tell y'all that. But I sacrificed it following the Most High's guidance. It's okay if y'all don't follow him like we do, but you're here and that's who we follow, and we owe him all of our success. I followed his guidance, and through the good, bad, and the ugly, I'm still reaping the rewards of being over here. But it was very real. I had people trying to get me jobs as Insecure on HBO was wrapping up, because that's how it works. It works in other industries too, when people are trying to push you forward because they want to see you succeed. But I sacrificed that. I collected all the money, did my taxes, and pushed it toward the Living Abroad Fund. And that's just one sacrifice. Because it's like, what are you leaving Hollywood for? What are you leaving LA for? Because we get it. There's a lot of negativity around Africa. All of it is not true. All of it is not true. And I'm reaping the rewards of being here. But that's just one sacrifice that was well worth it, to see new expression, to see new being on film together with you right now. We have people who have been in previous workshops, been inspired by our content. One family's living in Dar es Salaam right now, and it's amazing. They've been there maybe 3 or 4 months, and we met them for the first time at the top of 2024, and now they've done it.
Yeah.
So that's just a little bit. I don't know if you had something you wanted to say or take us down another direction.
He was listing the sacrifices he made, and so I'm the older guy in this situation, and I retired. But think about this young man here, and it was fun for me. Me and my wife and one of our other sons, we would go with him, and we'd get to sit in the studio audience. Oh my gosh, you're talking about a young man here, me, who grew up in the 70s, sadly, because I was in a one-parent household, so I'm kind of raised by TV, I'll admit it. And I love sitcoms and all that kind of stuff. And I'm getting to actually go to a studio to see Fox Soul TV, to see, oh my goodness.
Was it Mike Hill?
Mike Hill,
Tammy Mack,
yeah.
Keisha Cole.
Tammy Mack, Keisha Cole. Yes,
Yeah.
that was exciting
Jaleel
for
White.
me to walk in. I'm just giving you the peripherals. He's given up that kind of a career. What maybe you should list on a piece of paper, separate sheet of paper, what are the sacrifices you're willing to make? Because it's going to take some sacrifice. Everything does. If you wanted to learn how to play guitar, you're going to need to get some calluses on your fingertips. It's a sacrifice. Some people choose not to make. If you're going to want to be a ballerina, you're going to have some, I guess, some bloody ankles, or I'm sorry, some arch situations and all that stuff. Everything worth having is going to be a sacrifice. And I guess we need people to wrap their minds around this, because the harder shift is not the boxes and the spreadsheets we give you to check things off. It's the mental shift you must make. When I was marketing computers for IBM, and a organization might want to replace their accounts receivable, accounts payable, and stuff like that. That's the technical answer. But what I found is leaders often did not consider what's called change management, which is the mental thing that the staff have to go through. They've now got to switch from this old system of maybe the old way they were doing it, whatever that is, to this new way of doing it. People, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. You got to slowly shepherd them through that. They've got to understand the training they're going to need. They've got to understand how it works technically. They're going to have to give up. Well, that's the way we always did it.
Embrace the upgrade.
Yeah, they've got to embrace the upgrade. Actually, that's how you get ahead in life. You got to be constantly embracing the upgrade and switching to the new operating system. Renew your mind daily, Romans 12, verses 1 and 2, which means renovate. I'm not talking about shifting furniture, which we did for this live. No, I'm talking about, like we just recently had our bathrooms did, new floor, take out the old tile, new walls, take out the old, new plumbing,
new shower head,
all of this stuff. We're talking in the area we had walls built up and walls knocked down. That's renovation. That's the attitude it'll take to succeed, to move abroad. And take a step at a time.
Yes,
He mentioned the scouting trip. Scouting trip. Here, let's review. Just maybe get out and taste it. Get your toe in the water just a little bit. You may decide, I'm never gonna move abroad. Fine. But at least you can go to the thing and you found out a little bit what it was like. When you go to do the scouting trip, do not stay in a hotel. Try to stay in an Airbnb in the area that might be conducive to what you might like. The reason why is because the hotel is more of a touristy kind of thing. In the Airbnb, you're probably going to have to go to the grocery store and buy yourself some food and prepare it, or you're going to have to eat out, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Take some transportation. Take Uber, take Bolt, take the motorcycle taxi, take the Garo or the buses. Hop on those things. See what that's like. Get the vibe of the community. Let's see, what else? Decide whether or not you are able to have something to do with yourself. In other words, is there entertainment that's acceptable, that you can get to? Like, do you like sports? Is there an arena near there? Are they playing football? And by this, I mean soccer, because that's generally what the world does. You also want to check the medical facilities. How far away are they? Before I turn it back over to you,
Yeah, I got
here's a story for you, and then he's going to continue the list. So I'm in the United States. I'm single at the time. I had started working for the IBM, right? And I had already been in data processing as a computer operator and various other things before that. I had a full-time job, believe it or not. And so I went to work for IBM, and I was hired in Peoria, Illinois. Yes, where Richard Pryor is from. That's right. That's where I was working. And I was I had gotten a condo. I was renting, and things were nice. It was early on in my tenure there. And there was some kind of emergency, not a horrible one. And a police officer was redirecting traffic. It was a detour. I only knew one way on how to get home. When you do a scouting trip, you want to familiarize yourself with, where is the hospital? I remember when your mom hurt her finger in Los Angeles. She was bleeding.
We jumped in the car. We flew all over.
But we didn't know where the hospitals were.
We didn't know where they were.
Googling them right then and there. So I'm saying, go find the hospital. Go find different roads that you can learn. Los Angeles was really easy to learn.
Yeah, it was.
Unbelievably,
Even working on the
actually.
show,
Oh my
working
goodness.
on location
Yeah.
for Insecure, I began to learn Leimert Park, Van Nuys, and other places. I was like, wow, I'm starting to really get the lay of the land. Or when I worked for Chick-fil-A on the food truck.
In DC.
Lafont Plaza, Farragut Square.
Yes,
and just
yeah.
you start to, so it's the same thing with what you're saying.
What are some other things that they can...
So yeah, here's some tips, guys. I have some for scouting trips, but I'll start with embracing slow travel. And please, if you have additional comments in here or questions, please put them in. So 5 tips to embrace slow travel. 1, stay in one place. Why? Staying in one destination for an extended period allows you to immerse yourself in the culture, form meaningful connections, and truly understand the local way of life. 1 tip is to choose accommodations like homestays or long-term rentals that help you connect with locals and feel like part of the community. 2 is to focus on quality over quantity. Instead of rushing to tick off landmarks, spend time exploring less touristy areas or hidden gems. We try to do that a lot here in Zanzibar because it's a touristy island, but you can make a home here. But Paje is one place that's very touristy. There are some hidden gems there as well. So is that you can balance, when do I want to do the touristy thing? When do I want to do the hidden gem laid back thing? If say you were considering Zanzibar, you do the same thing for whatever your target destination is. So with quality over quantity, you create a flexible itinerary that prioritizes experiences like attending local events, trying authentic cuisine, or learning about regional traditions like the street food. My girlfriend and I recently went to we happened upon a boat racing contest at the beach. It was so exciting. I think hundreds of local Zanzibari were there. They had, the media was there and everything. Somebody won a cash prize. And that was just us getting off the beaten path here in Zanzibar. Use local transportation. Traveling the way locals do offers a unique perspective on the destination and can lead to unexpected adventures like motorcycle taxis or the local taxis, the local buses and things like that. Engage with the community, like the events, meeting locals and learning their stories enriches your travel experience. Fosters cultural understanding, like workshops, there's volunteering, local markets, like flea markets and things like that. We've done that here in the community. And last, for your for your slow travel, again, your slow intentional travel, travel during the off season. So that you limit all the touristy stuff you'll run into. Avoid peak tourist time. That reduces stress. You got it. Hakuna Matata. It's real here in Zanzibar. Lower costs. We were talking about money. And it allows you to experience destinations at a more leisurely pace. So research the best months for quieter travel and enjoy the tranquility while still supporting local business wherever you are. The street food, that authentic cuisine. So those are like 5 tips for like the slow, intentional leisure travel. Because we're not trying to kick you out of the house. We're not trying to rush you onto the plane just yet. You got to go at your time and at your pace.
Thank you for those.
You're welcome.
So I've got
Slow travel.
this to ask of you all. If you have any questions, we'll stay on a little bit longer.
Yep.
Please type them in the chat right now. Josiah or I will see your question. And also, I asked this, that is, what is your thoughts toward moving abroad? Are you in the less than 5 years? You might want to move abroad. Just
let us
type
know
that
I'm
in.
interested
Let us
in that.
know that in the chat.
While you do that, Dad, you were talking about scouting trip. So let me read 5 tips for, here are 5 tips for planning and going on a scouting trip to prepare for a move abroad, because that's part of what we're talking about here. Define your scouting goals. Having a clear purpose ensures you make the most of your trip. Why do you want to go? Why do you want to go to this particular place? Real quick, one of the reasons we left, we were tired of the racialized culture of the United States and the West. Let's say you want to come to Africa, things are not racialized the way that they are in America. It's not bad. No one in our experience really cares that you're Black American or anything like that, or that you look like them, because everybody in Africa looks like them. So there's not a red carpet being rolled out. But also, you're not going to experience that racialized violence or anything like that. You will just be embraced.
Thank you, Lady Judah. I see 1 to 2 years.
Excellent. Okay, good to know. 1 to 2 years. Just so you know, that's also perfect for the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop. So you're invited to that, absolutely. As far as defining, tip 1, defining your scouting goals. Decide what to prioritize. Housing, neighborhoods, schools, healthcare, job opportunities, or a cultural fit. Make a checklist of what you need to evaluate in each category. 2, research and plan ahead. If you're new here, our family, we talk about research. That can include YouTube University, like you are here. That includes courses, workshops, newsletters, books, combining all those things together to give you the clearest picture that you need for your move abroad, because everyone is different.
Oh, I would like to share this.
Go ahead.
So when you make a commitment to do anything, in this case, move abroad, since that's what we're talking about, what I have found is when the switch in your heart flips and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to take this thing seriously. I'm willing to start looking into it, start researching, start thinking about it. What we have found is, and we found this, and this is in Proverbs, he gives us knowledge. He gives us knowledge of witty inventions.
Yep.
The way I interpret that is, I have found that once I commit myself to a direction, suddenly I start seeing things that can help propel me to achieve it, that were there all the time, but they were hidden in plain sight.
I got something to say after that.
No, go right ahead.
I think of it as the algorithm. We're here on YouTube together, right? So, like, before I do that, when we had the Mustang, I saw Mustangs everywhere.
He's talking about a car.
The car. When we drove the Mustang, I saw Mustangs everywhere. Now it's everywhere. Back to my algorithm example. It's the same when you're online. When we were planning to move abroad, and our first target country was Rwanda, here in East Africa. We started seeing stuff about Rwanda, or things that would correlate to Rwanda everywhere, like the food, like soccer, football, American football, I guess Eastern football. We started seeing things about the food, about the culture, about dance, about whatever. And so that stuff started popping up in our Instagram, YouTube, Google. Like the internet started feeding us those things because we were looking for it. We wanted to know about the cost of living. We wanted to know what are the top languages spoken in Rwanda. You can do the same thing, and hopefully that might even be why you found us, because you were looking for move abroad stuff. You were looking for Rwanda, Tanzania, retirement tips. And so you're telling your system to feed you that stuff. That's why I told you or asked you, can you please like the video? That tells YouTube you want to know more about this topic. So
But
it's the
I
same
love
thing.
the way you said that. You have an algorithm also.
Yes.
And the Most High is working willingly with you. That's in the gospel. I forgot where. I think it's Acts or either the Gospels. But anyway, the point is, we're assuming you're not doing anything evil and wicked. Most people aren't. And you sit there and you question yourself. Question. But it's true of anything. Once you commit, you begin to see things that will support and aid you to accomplish that thing.
Yep.
They will take courage, though, on your part. And that's when I talked
You have
about
it.
fear earlier. Fear is if an alligator is about to chomp you
Right.
on the golf course in Orlando, Florida. Telling yourself a limiting belief is a totally anxiety. That's a totally separate thing. And we are told to be anxious for nothing. So it's like, no, don't tell yourself stories and limiting beliefs. Cut them out.
Yes.
And that way you'll be able to
You'll be better positioned.
succeed.
They'll be better positioned to live in Dar es Salaam. Thank you, Michonne. Yeah, she wants to go to live in Dar es Salaam as soon as possible. If you want, you don't have to. Can you put in the chat like 3 things that are really attractive to you about Dar es Salaam? You'll want to keep those things in front of you. But that's great that you know that.
Also,
I'll go back to the list in a second.
if I guess I asked earlier if you have questions, because now we're riffing on whatever question or comment that you make, meaning we're ad-libbing about what you share with us. And I hope you recognize that actually what we're talking about are principles. And they really work whether you're talking about moving abroad, whether you're talking about writing your novel, whether you're talking about getting a house, whether you're talking about getting a different job. It's really their success principles is really what this is all about. And those are the kinds of things that we're trying to bring to the light. And once you know principles, the funny thing about them is they work no matter what. So like I've got my watch on right now. If I take my watch off right now, there's this theory called gravity. And this is basically, I don't know if I'm saying this right, it's like a principle. If I drop this, if I let go of this watch, yeah, bring it over here. You can lower it a little bit there. If I let go of this, you already know what's gonna happen, don't you? Let's just see if what you think is gonna happen is gonna happen. Wow, I know you thought it was gonna drop. That's how principles work. Once you know a principle, eventually it's going to work. You just have to stay at it. And the most important part here is the 6 inches in this piece of land right here. I think we talk a lot about the Most High giving us the land and restoration and things like that, but we don't realize it actually starts inside. It's an inside man. It's an inside job.
Yeah.
And it begins with us. And so I'm really hoping that you were blessed and that you received something from us. I think we've been on for about an
Yeah,
hour
about an
now.
hour. Yep.
So
7 o'clock.
we
p.m.
really thank you for participating. I want to say again, Josiah had let you know,
Yes.
we're going to be, let's see, we're going to be speaking on Journey With Us's panel. We're blessed to be requested to be with Tiffy and Yishai.
Yep.
And tell them when that is and details on that.
Yeah, so Journey With Us, State of the Diaspora is January 12th.
State of the Diaspora.
So that's their incubator. It's an introduction to goal setting, digital nomad visa deep dive, cultural business landscapes, and more. So we've been invited, along with the migrating mom over in Ghana, to share our experience with digital nomadry, with retirement abroad, in a private incubator with Journey With Us, and that's January 12th. We'll put the link also in there for you so that you can find it. But we've been invited to speak on that. And if you're ready to move abroad and these things resonate with you, this might be perfectly for you. I'm going to put that in the chat for you, okay?
Also, someone had something they said about nutrition. I should have leaned
Michonne,
in.
true nutritious food, warm weather for my health, and clean air to breathe. I know that's right. Those are her reasons.
Yes, yeah.
Those are her reasons.
Excellent, excellent.
And so that's what we're doing January 12th. If you want to learn even more about that before the 12th, this Sunday, I think that's the 29th, this Sunday, we're going on YouTube Live. We've been invited by Journey With Us to talk about moving abroad, about our experience. We've been abroad 3 years now. They've been abroad 4, going on 5 years. So this Sunday, YouTube Live, just follow us here on our YouTube, follow our newsletter, the Awaken Letter as well. We'll put out some things about it, but you can see us talk even more and be interviewed by them. They'll cover things that we didn't talk about here, and then you can spend more time with us on January 12th if it's a perfect fit for you. We've got a New Blacks Ghana. I'm Ghanaian living in the UK. I've been watching you recently. I am happy you are going to Ghana. Would love to visit one day. Thank you. Thank you. That's a subscriber. What's up? Thank you for coming.
Thank you. We especially want to thank you all. This thing has really taken off for us. This thing being what we do at just 13,500 plus and growing. Thank you. We thank the Most High. We want to serve people, and we hope that we're helping you to make good, informed decisions. So that's a part of why we do what we do. And also we like helping people find their purpose.
Yep, there you go. There's the link for you right there for State of the Diaspora. We've been invited to speak there in a private incubator to give you the gems. So you're getting it from 3 families, Journey With Us in the Southeastern Africa region, the migrating mom over in Ghana for those who are interested in Ghana, and you get our family as well to talk about retirement and also being a digital nomad between Rwanda and Zanzibar. So you can do it. There's a lot of people out here that you don't even know out here like offering our stories and our experience to you, because if we can do it, we believe that you can do it too.
Oh, let me ask this. Could you please just type in where you are? I mean, you can put in the city and state. I only know of one, Paducah, Kentucky, so you wouldn't have to say Kentucky, you could say Paducah. I only know of one, Los Angeles, but there are a lot of Springfield, so
Right.
In that case, put the city and state. Just type that in, if you will, please.
With my education, I would like to help people. The government has silenced me. Gotcha. If you'd like to share, what is it that what's one thing that you know you're going to help people with?
Yay!
Hey, Houston, Texas. What's up?
We are smiling because we almost purchased a home and moved to Houston, Texas. And that's when I was still working for the government. And all of a sudden, President Biden said everybody had to get the jab. And I was like, And that's when I said, I'm out of here. And I probably left, as they say in the government, money on the table. But I knew you can. Oh, St. Louis. Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
it's Miss Tracy.
Oh, hey.
She's an alumni of our previous workshops. Always nice to see you.
And anyway, I said I'm out of here. Josiah said he's out of there, and we were all in agreement. Oh, New Jersey, Chicago. Oh my gosh, my people from my place, St. Louis, Chicago. Anyway, we
Your
decided
people.
not to buy a house in Houston, and the prices went up, and we got out of the country.
Yeah.
Hello, people. Wait a minute. I-55, St. Louis. Love it down there. Oh my goodness. Whew.
Yeah, we enjoyed a breakfast when we recently we went back. And I can't remember where we were, but we enjoyed some French toast, some waffles, and everything. We were only in St. Louis for a minute. Ooh, don't beat us up, Miss Tracy. Maybe I just told on us, but it was nice, and that's one of Dad's haunts.
Hello, Chi-Town. Yes, indeed. And Norfolk, Virginia. Love
Virginia.
it down there.
Norfolk, Sandbridge, Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, we used to go to Sandbridge on vacation rent a beach house year after year in Sandbridge,
A lot of
Virginia.
memories. I'm loving this, loving the love, y'all. This is great. This is awesome to see y'all in here.
Oh, and don't forget, if you have a question, because we're kind of like going once, going twice, signing off here pretty soon.
We're gonna sign off soon.
If you have a question, please type it and send it in. I do want to say thank you, because I asked that. Thank you for being on the live
Yes.
and participating. Thank you for the thumbs up. And
I'll read it.
And also, thank you for listing your cities and where you're from. We appreciate your engagement.
Your concerns as well about like 9 to 5, as well as your reasons for wanting to move. Miss Mashawn said, loves to cook healthy food and loves to help pregnant mothers and prenatal care. That's
very cool.
fantastic. That sounds like Africa. When you got I hope I'm saying this right, like the doulas and the midwives. It's very important to the mothers here to have 6 to 12 months leave. Actually, that's unheard of in the States, but they value families here. They revere their elders. When you encounter an elder in Swahili land, you're supposed to say shikamo, and they say marahaba back. That's a greeting for the elders. There are no, what's the term? Facilities for putting the elders away.
Yeah,
There's
they
nothing.
don't
They
have
don't do
homes and nursing homes and things like that
No,
here.
they don't do that. They stay with you until they transition on, until they pass on.
As a side note, Lady Judah, in the future, we will be providing information on side hustles, business to business.
That's
And
coming
the
up.
things you mentioned, cook healthy food, help pregnant mothers with prenatal care. Those things lend themselves not only in a brick and mortar hands-on, but they actually lend themselves to a virtual environment also. So just
That would
keep
make
your
great
ears
online
open.
counseling.
Yes,
Actually,
it would.
you know, I
Those
know
would
it-
be fabulous.
I know it needs to be hands-on, like for sure, but sorry, we got a text. We're on the phone. But these are things that you can do both hands-on and virtual. You can have the best of both worlds to provide universal knowledge for things like this in only the way that you can do it. So another STL here.
That's St.
Trim
Louis.
ya.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, did I
Hey.
missay it? Hello. Shalom.
Shalom.
Peace to you. Good to have you. It's been a
my
while.
God. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Because I'm seeing a lot of ladies' names. This is just anecdotal evidence. I haven't counted them, but I'm noticing there are a lot of women who have
Speak on.
support groups on social media and who are physically moving about.
Yes.
Yeah, remember that commercial? Bing! You can. It's
Now move
safe.
about the country.
You now may move about the
Yeah.
country, and the thing is that they are, I guess, women who tend to be 40 years old to, let's say, 65 years old. And they may have children, they may not, they're single, and they are really tearing it up with starting restaurants, helping the local ladies here, and they're
Virtual
just
businesses, all types of.
and I'm seeing a lot of this from a world point of view. I'm not just talking about the continent of Africa. So
Oh yeah, worldwide.
it's like, are there going to be challenges and concerns? Anywhere you go, you better watch your back, okay? Anywhere you go.
Yes.
I'm just saying that I noticed it today that women are really succeeding, and I'm hoping we guys will step up and that we will have faith and be courageous also.
And be courageous, because if you're new here or if you're a returning viewer, rewatch. We've done a couple videos with single mothers who are thriving, living abroad, some here in Africa, some in other places. Some of them faced some fear and they did it anyway. So you can do it.
Shining Star, can you give us information about burial rites, plots, the process of death?
I have some stuff.
Go right ahead.
You definitely will work with locals wherever you go, especially including but not limited to here in Africa. So you have to work with the chiefs and shehas for things like that. Otherwise, your most likely remains would go back to your home country. But in order to be buried here and things of that nature, you gotta just make sure that you're in good standing. Those are things we're learning about. So that's the extent of what we can say at the moment. But you'll want to be in very good standing and relationship with the community chiefs and government as far as where your remains can be laid to rest. Otherwise, you will make arrangements should be made with next of kin and things like that to take your remains back to your home country. Otherwise, that's what we know at this time.
And your girlfriend can help a whole lot with that one also.
Yes. My girlfriend's a local.
Yes. Let's see. Linda Reeves. I am learning so much. Biggest challenge is family is against me moving abroad. So.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah,
You speak on that.
you got a. That is quite a challenge to have in front of you. I don't know if you mean your nuclear family or your extended family, but in either case, that's going to be a challenge. The deal is. I really do believe it when it says the truth will make you free and the truth will set you free. And you've got to, a lot of times, let's see, prayer should precede anything. And it like waters the pathway. And so I believe by submitting yourself to a lot of prayer, a lot of just, how can I say, exposing yourself more and more to the Ruach Kodesh, to the Holy Spirit, then the words will come out of your mouth with grace. And there's a scripture in Proverbs that goes something like this, and that is that when you are obeying the Most High God, He makes even your enemies to be at peace with you. So when you are fully given over to
I
Him,
think I read that today.
He'll really do that.
Yes, He will.
And prepare the way. Is it possibly going to be rough? Yes. But what I've learned is the Most High is very, very practical. And so if you are anxious for nothing, but with thanksgiving, submit your request to Him, I know that He will lead and guide you in this process.
Yes, He will. Dad, we getting a lot of chatter. Good morning. Miss Michelle, Lady Judah, she also wants to help people lose weight utilizing her military knowledge.
Oh, wonderful.
So you're an
Okay.
expert in a lot of wellness. You'll be right at home outside of the U.S. Better yet, you want to come to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. There's delicious food here in Zanzibar. We're on the Spice Islands, I think it's known as.
Yes.
So there's a lot of nutritious fruits and vegetables. My mom's a health nut. If you're new here, she loves that stuff about the fresh produce and how much you can get for your buck. Lady Judah also said, I cremated my daughter in 2019. May she rest in peace, Lady Judah.
Oh,
I would like to really bring her home to Tanzania. Is that possible? We're not sure at this time.
That's
Those
probably
are things
going
you
to
want to
take an offline conversation.
Yes,
to be
that
able
would
to
take an offline
find
conversation.
some more details on that one.
Yes. Go ahead, Dad. You wanted to read something? We got the fervent servant had a comment up there.
The fervent servant is talking from Tonga. We've been over there. That's so nice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was beautiful.
That
and we went in
mainland.
the caves.
Yes, we were in the Ambiani caves actually down there with the bats, and we had ice cream and stuff, and it was just a beautiful area. It was awesome. We love Tank. We got to go back.
And also, we went to a couple of times. There's this large bar restaurant, and in fact, who was it? Somebody very popular was there, and they had a concert.
In Tanga?
Yes, while we were there. I thought you might know their name. But
I'm not
anyway,
remembering.
so I was just wondering, the Fervent Servant, what is the name of that bar or restaurant? I know you need more detail than that, but they served a
know, I
lot
can't
of grilled chicken. It
remember
was
where we were.
huge. And I guess it was October, or when was
I
it?
think it might have been October,
September.
October is when we
There
were
was
there.
a
There was
big
festival or
star in Africa who was there.
something in Tanga at the time.
And everybody anybody was there. Of course, we weren't. I wish, but
We
we
were
didn't
there for
enjoy
a
the
wedding.
concert. It was really nice. I
Yeah.
wish I could remember the name of the place.
Yeah.
Madam C.J. Walker, I have seen your comments in different places, and thank you very much for
Thank you.
supporting us. I
Appreciate
haven't
it.
even read what you said yet, but I've seen. Okay, thank you for your great work. Oh, L.A. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Why didn't you say so?
Nice.
No.
And you're welcome, Lady Judah. Your thing.
I guess we're getting kind of crazy here. I guess the deal is, let me say this to you people, and I know I said you people.
You people.
Yes, you people. That is, the more I read my Bible, the more I started like giving myself more and more into my job instead of just making money at IBM, but I left and became a trainer, a facilitator, and helping people. The more I showed up and the more I embraced a thing about myself. Helping people realize their dreams.
That's what started this whole channel in the first place.
He's talking about when I was doing it on Facebook, and this was like in 2015, 16 or something like that,
Yeah.
and I accidentally hit the button, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm recording, and this was on Facebook. And it was like, it just took off, and I started interviewing people, and we were living in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, down the street from FedEx Field, if you watch the Washington Commanders. Anyway, and one of my dreams in 1981 was I visited Los Angeles and to go and live there. Only I needed to work a full-time job and go to college because that's the way I did it. That's the way I was brought up, and my friends, the guys I grew up with. And so basically, years later, I'm talking to my senior executive. I'm a federal employee. I've been there almost 15, 16 years, and I'm talking to my senior executive, and she's like, Mark, we had regional specialists all over the country, including Puerto Rico and Guam and stuff.
Yeah.
You can go on over there. I realized my dream, when we say that when you commit to something,
Yeah.
windows of heaven will open, doors will
Yep.
open,
Yep.
it will take courage for you to do it. We packed up his car and our car, my wife's car. We drove
From the DMV
from
across the country.
Washington, D.C. to
Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles,
We
stopping
did that.
in Houston. And I mean, and no, I didn't even have a place to stay. I had to do some stuff for banks in Mississippi and
that's right.
send money and all this kind of stuff. And we just showed up, and it was taken care of. And I guess I'm trying to say to you all, we are real live people. Yes, you will have challenges, but you can realize
Yes.
your
You
dreams.
can do it.
We are living proof. Will you have challenges? Yes. In Los Angeles, I got beside myself and paid to ship my motorcycle out there.
Oh, right.
And,
Harley
paid a lot of
Davidson.
money for that. And I had my bicycle. I had bought a brand new bicycle.
Brand new.
Had it stolen.
During
then
the shutdown.
I passed the dude who bought it off probably the people who stole it. That was ow in my heart, and I couldn't catch him. Anyway,
You love that bike,
I mean,
y'all. Things happen.
but I'm just saying to you, we also had a lot of joy driving up to San Francisco,
Yeah.
running into YouTubers before we were really YouTubers down in Santa Monica. Marlene ran into this.
Oh, she did. Yeah, this
Yes,
couple.
This couple. Oh my gosh, they were blowing it up.
Yeah, they were. I think they're in wellness, and they're people love couple stuff and things like that. And we just happened to see them So that was joyous. Or to go to Malibu Bluffs and
Oh, yes.
the Getty Museum, one of my favorites. I love the Getty Museum. I tried to get a job there, and I couldn't. But then shortly after, I got to work in Hollywood. The Most High blessed me to do that for a time, and I'm using my skills here, with you guys and stuff. So Yahusha, aka Jesus, did say in this world you will have trouble, but take heart. He's overcome the world. He's overcome stuff. We face stuff here. Yes, we've been scammed, but we're still here. You can get scammed in America. You can get scammed you get scammed anywhere. We've lost money. We've had food poisoning. We've had all types of little things happen, but we're still here celebrating with you guys and saying you can do it. You don't have to do it alone. That's why we're glad that you're here on our channel, and we invite you to our courses and our workshop. We see some chatter here.
Oh, hold on. One of the reasons why I'm so big on dreams is because that's the way I believe the Most High built me, to see potential in others and help them realize their dreams. A second reason is it hit me that our dreams are interdependent, or like, what do you call it? A chain, links of a chain.
Links of a chain, yeah.
And me and Marlene's grandchildren may be dependent on something that you do,
Right.
and whether it's the health or whether it's, who knows. And so I need you to fulfill your purpose in the Most High. I need you to do that.
Yeah. We got some chatter here. The Fervent Servant. There are lots of bars in Tanga. The only one I really know about is Amazon. They sell great barbecue goat for lunch. Yeah, that could be it.
That could be.
I don't remember. It was at night. We were always there at night, so I don't remember the landmarks. And it was our first time to Tanga. So thanks. We'll look for Amazon next time we're in Tanga. Because that mainland food, there's delicious food here in Zanzibar, but that mainland Tanzanian food, there ain't nothing like it. I'm going to just say that.
Oh, thank you. The scripture is Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Thank you. Fact check there.
Thank you from Trimia. Is that what that was, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Thank you for that. Madam CJ Walker, that's too bad about the bike, but you guys are truly inspirational. Love the Getty in Malibu. Yeah, well, I think we only went to the Getty in downtown LA. That's where we, the main, 5 floor or 2-3 floors and all of that. But we heard that the one in Malibu was especially beautiful, especially their gardens.
Oh, you didn't go there? Because we passed it.
We passed it in Malibu, but we never went to the one in Malibu.
Oh, okay.
We always went to the one in downtown LA.
Yeah.
It was like 30 minutes away or something like that,
Yeah.
like for my birthday.
There's
something there for you,
yeah, so I was certified as a trainer facilitator myself. It's amazing how the skills things are, I call them transferable skills. So your whole life all of you, not just her, the things you reach back and they will serve you as you desire to serve others. And where we're getting that from is when Solomon had the dream and the Most High came to him and he did not ask for gold and silver. He said, help me, show me, guide me on how to lead these people, or as a king to serve these people. And then with that, he got money, gold, and all those things. These things are principles when you serve others. Now you must use discernment, okay? And those kinds of things. But my point is, I'm now, as I'm getting getting older, I'm seeing what my mother was trying to tell me when I was a youngster, or what older elders were trying to say to me. So this is very critical, is learning the principles and implementing, executing them.
Gotcha. I mean, nice. You are such a peaceful family. My brother in the dark shirt looks like your nephew. Must be a good-looking brother then. Nice.
That's a good one.
Very good. Dad, you mind if I complete that list for your scouting trip point, like 2 or 3 points?
2 or 3 points?
Yeah. Guys, we were talking about the scouting trips, so I wanted to complete that for you as we, I guess we'll get ready to close here. I'm glad y'all are enjoying. See, we're ahead of you. It's 7:30 p.m. for us. We're going to eat dinner soon, but it's early afternoon for you. But for the scouting trip, Point 3 was immerse yourself in the local lifestyle. Experience of daily life helps you determine if the location aligns with your needs. 4, connect with locals and expats together where you can. Getting insider perspectives helps you understand the pros and cons of living there in your scouting trip. And lastly, take detailed notes, photos. I'd add video. Video's not in this list. I'd add video. Documenting your experience helps you make an informed decision after the trip. I remember we did that, Dad, in Rwanda when we were doing the house tours. We were trying to figure out what our actual home would be, because we stayed at the Marriott for a few weeks. Then we stayed with some friends while we were figuring out in Kigali, Rwanda, where we lived. And we would just take video of the tour. The guide would take us and everything. And so we would just, the grounds, the rooms, the everything, so that we could play it back and be like, this met our needs. Oh, we're a little concerned about that. So those are just a few things that you guys can do. Rewatch this one, this live video. These are just a few things you can do for scouting trips and for slow travel. So I guess with that, you ready to get ready to go? We're not seeing no chatter. Again, January 26th, Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop hosted by us, the Bradleys, where we're going to talk about why you want to move and help you cement that. Dad was talking a lot about the personal development. All the details and logistics I gave you, very important, but they mean nothing. The logistics of moving abroad mean nothing if you don't do the personal development, shedding the limiting beliefs, believing in yourself, believing in the Most High, things like that. So why you want to move, using our tools, both online and published tools in our ebooks, you'll get access to that, and budgeting, knowing your cost of living against cost analysis in the country that you want to go to. Those 3 areas, we're going to start there. Lady Judah, get some rest, family. Yes, okay, we're going to talk to y'all soon. Trim Yaw loves serving people, teaching others to fish with strategy. We say that all the time. We can't give you the fish. We're going to teach you how to cast your net, cast your rod, and catch the fish. So.
Thank you, Madam C.J.
Well, great.
Walker. Oh, also he didn't mention the bonus. The bonus is
please take it away.
The e-course, but it's a standalone thing, but it's coming as a bonus with the workshop. All the modules and access to it, and the, what do y'all call it, the community.
Yes.
You and Daniel are building in the teaching platform.
Yes.
So that is a double whammy on this one.
Yes.
All right?
So here, let me give it a second. I just put the link to our workshop.
Yeah.
I just put it in there for you guys in the live chat. You'll see it on the replay, and if you're watching the replay, you'll see our link for the workshop in the description. The bonus he's talking about is we will talk about why you're moving. We will talk about the best research tools, and we will talk about budgeting and cost analysis January 26th, but we also talk about that at length in the e-course that you're automatically enrolled in. You're automatically enrolled. So we're going to talk more at length about visa tips and immigration. We're going to talk more at length about retirement advantages and getting your retirement income, being a digital nomad, nomad visas. We're going to talk about about family and your mindset, not letting toxic people stop you, because some of y'all were talking about that in here. Thank you, Miss Tracy. She's been in our workshop, and we've touched on these before with her. So she's always showing love. Thank you, Miss Tracy. And so we're going to talk about the 3 easy steps in the e-course, and then even more. You will get access to that. You will be automatically enrolled when you sign up for the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop. That's January 26th. The link is in the live chat. The link is in the description. If this resonated for you, run, don't walk, get your ticket, and we will see you guys at the workshop. And between then, we'll see you on the next video. We're glad that you spent time with us. Be blessed.
Blessings and peace to all of you.
All right, y'all.